James Reimer setting up a series against Toronto. Nah, it can't be. Hello and welcome into the Bruins fan review for Game 82. As you can see behind me, I have the playoff bracket set up for the West and the East. Those are the matchups. If you don't know them, look them up on AHL.com. As you can see, I'll go over them at the end of the video, but this is Bruins based, so we're going to talk about the Bruins. All right, let's jump in. So, pre-game notes, you got Tuukka versus Reimer. James Reimer, we have good memories of him blowing the 4-1 lead that Toronto had against us in Game 7. I think that was in 2013. I believe it was in 2013. Grizz is in the lineup, Holden's out, so little move I thought was going to happen, and it did. I think Grizz is going to stay in for the playoffs, but who knows? Corrali, Nash, and Nash are still out. Riley and Rick both still out. Corrali and Rick were very close to coming into this game, but they did not. First period, we're jumping right into the game here. First period, 1 minute in, Pysyk throws it down the boards. Grizz picks it up, takes it right into the middle. He should have stayed along the boards, but for some reason, 1.5 minutes in the game, he comes towards the middle, hits it into Frank Vatrano, and he sets it up for Borgstrom to come in. Henrik Borgstrom. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing the last name right. I'm pretty sure it's Bjorkstrom. He comes in, uses Adam McQuaid as a screen, and snipes right side on Tuukka, using McQuaid as a screen. You start the game and you're just shaking your head like, why? Why? It's the 6th straight game we've been scored on first. Now, it's not fun when you get scored on first because you get the vibe right away. You're like, man, we're really going to lose this game. We're going to lose this so important game against the Florida Panthers, who were eliminated yesterday, have nothing to play for, are coming into the TD Garden. Home rink, they have nothing to play for. We have everything to play for. We have the number 1 seed to play for because we wanted to play the New Jersey I can't even get my finger right. The New Jersey Devils, because we think they're an easier matchup and all that, which who knows, maybe New Jersey comes out and kills Tampa. But either way, we wanted this. And we go down early. It's kind of a kick to the, So again, just to point out again, 6th straight time we've been scored on first. 8 minutes into the first, Krejci gives it to Miller at the point. Miller blasts it from the point. Leg saved by Reimer. He's on the ground. Backus gets it. He goes around Reimer's outstretched stick and slides it in. Great David Backus-like goal to make it 1-1 here. And you feel life in the Bruins. David Backus patiently waits out the stick, slides it in. Very David Backus-like goal in front of the net. Love to see it. And that's a 1-1 game 8 minutes in. And you're like, is it about to be a momentum switch? No, not yet at least. 3 minutes left in period. McGinn with the 3 Bruins around him. He falls to the ice, throws it across the ice, but it's picked up by McCann. McGinn to McCann. That's fun to say. McCann then slides it right to Vatrano in the slot, and Vatrano snipes bar down over Tuukka's shoulder. Again, Tuukka's being screened by, I believe this time it was Miller. So McQuaid the first time, Miller this time. Tuukka doesn't see it to the end. Tuukka has a thing where if he's out of form, and I'm just dropping notes there, you'll notice like he gets beat over his shoulders a lot when he goes down to the butterfly and he can't find pucks when he's out of form. And that had me real worried because Tuukka last year, because last year, like 2 years ago, and a little bit last year when we went through our rough stretches, he gets beat over the shoulder, and it's kind of weak because he's like posturing down. He postures up, that hits him in the shoulder, but because he's postured down, it goes right over the shoulder. And I know I just did opposite shoulders, but you know what I mean. And I didn't really like seeing that because that brought back some bad memories of Tuukka getting beat in some bad situations. Tuukka didn't have his best game tonight. I'm not going to blame him for why we're not the number 1 seed, but tonight he didn't put in his best effort, in my opinion. So it's 2-1 Florida. We head to the second. Not a good first period. You're not really feeling it. You're kind of like, why is this happening to us again? Why can't we win one important game down the stretch here? Yes, we won yesterday, but that was against an AHL team known as the Ottawa Senators. Name half the roster because half of them probably won't be in the NHL next year. Anyway, 6 minutes left in the second period. A while into the second here, I'm leaping. Chara, weak clearance, stopped by Yandel. Weak clearance catches the Bruins forwards coming up the ice because they expected to go all the way down. Catches him out of position. Yandel finds cross ice pass. Finds Mammon. No, I didn't even get the player here. I'm a scrub. I'm sorry. Yandel passes cross ice to someone. Oh, wait, I have it right here. Malgin. He finds Malgin. Who is that anyway? So he finds Malgin on the other side. Malgin, not Malkin. Malgin across the ice again. And this gets Tuukka moving. And this is why I believe it was McCann who scored. No, it's Mammon who scored. Mammon, Malgin. These names are weird. Mammon throws it on net and beats Tuukka 5-hole. It hits his left leg pad. And this is another goal by Tuukka. You're gonna be there. It hits you in the legs. Why did you lift your right leg up a little? It just was like, here, let the puck go in. And I don't know. I wasn't happy with that goal. I thought it was trash goaltending. 2 minutes left in the second. Great moves by DeBrusque to somehow get a breakaway. He doesn't finish though because Reimer decided to become Optimus Reim, a transformer basically, a robot in the net, and save everything. So the second period, not that much better. Goal differential of -1 in that period for the Bruins. Not good. 11 minutes left in the third, and Huberdeau coming up the board, swings stick like that, and just clips Chara in the face like, And Chara's gushing blood. Looked like Roman Reigns tonight in WrestleMania, if you got it. And 4-minute power play, and we run a pretty good power play here in Boston. So 1 minute into power play, Bergeron sends it down the right boards, or wraps around the boards to Donato. Donato does a nice no-look backhand pass to Bergeron. Bergeron slides it cross crease to Pasta. Pasta with a wide open net. He hits these, and he scores, and Reimer can dive and hope all he wants, but he was not stopping this one tonight. And we go down 3-2, and there's life in us again. We still have 2 more minutes left on the power play. During that, we pepper Reimer, and Reimer gets bumped by DeBrusque, which I think hurt him. He tries to play on. We pepper him a little more. He finally freezes it, and they pull Reimer and put in Bobby Lou, Roberto Luongo. And Luongo plays fine for them the rest of the game here. Bruins get a few good looks. Going down the stretch here, like 7:48, Pasta gets a golden opportunity in front of net. He has to slide it from behind to in front, but he hits it off the post, or side netting his son. Could have put this in, but it just wasn't to be, I guess. 4:43 left in the game. Rask makes a huge save on Trocheck, and this is where Rask, you're like, okay, he's here. He's ready. Rask makes a huge save on a Trocheck breakaway. Vincent Trocheck's a good American player. Moments later, end-to-end hockey. Marchand with puck on 2-on-1 with Pasta. He elects to pass it to Pasta, who has a back checker on his back. I think Marchand should shoot this 9 out of 10 times. Pasta has a guy draped on his back, even though it's a 2-on-1. And plus, the defender's playing pass. So he somehow gets this through. Pasta gets a weak opportunity on net, which is saved by Luongo. Marchand shoots at, I think he has a pretty good shot of scoring, but he chose not to for whatever the reason was. Puck is dumped into the Bruins zone with 2 minutes left. Bjugstad gets angle on Krug, uses that big 6'5 frame. University of Minnesota product, by the way, Bjugstad is. McCann picks up the puck after Bjugstad bodies Krug off the puck. McCann curls around the faceoff circle, throws it on net. This either hits Bjugstad or Rask. I couldn't tell during the replay or live. It comes to Dadonov, or Dadonov, as people say, and he just slides it in because Tuukka can't find the rebound or the deflection off Bjugstad, whichever it is. And I don't blame Tuukka for this goal. This is just kind of unfortunate that the bounce came right to the back post and wide open net. Nail in the coffin, 4-2 Florida. Florida wins. We lose 4-2, and isn't it kind of weird how James Reimer, his great performance sets us up against the Leafs? I don't write stories, but I read some, and that sounds like they want revenge. Reimer, I don't know, some weird voodoo in there. Maybe Toronto's getting their revenge on us for 2013 this year. I don't know. Anyway, Rask stops 22 of 26 in one of his not so great performances this year. He's had a lot of good ones, so I can look past this, but he needs these 3 days of rest, and hopefully he comes back fresh as a daisy in the playoffs and looks good. Reimer stops 33 of 35. Optimus Reim was prime Optimus Reim tonight. Luongo stopped 8 of 8 when he relieved him after the injury. Bruins outshot the Florida Panthers 43-26 with, I believe it was 26 of those coming in the third period. So way to show up early, guys. Way to see you clocked in on time like you guys haven't been lately, you bums. Anyway, 60% face-off for the Bruins, which is nice to see. What if I told you that Bergeron took 33 of 68 of those? That's almost half. That's one away from half. He won 21 of 33, which is an insane, like 67, 66% clip. Our fourth line tonight was -2. Rare off night for them, really. I really think it's got to be tiredness and fatigue. We've been grinding so many games down the stretch. I really think that's why we're not winning any of these. Like, we got 1 day off. We got 3 days off right now. If we come out flat against Toronto, I know they're a fast team. I know. I'm going to be upset. Very upset. Florida had 20 block shots, but that's because of how much we were peppering them in the third. They were getting in front of everything, kind of playing lax, which, you know, if the Bruins played the way they did in the third period in the first, we'd be facing New Jersey, and we'd be talking about a different series. But we're not, because we came out late. And when you come out late, you usually lose. Anyway, McCann, Vetrano, and McGinn decided to have career nights, basically, and great games for all three of them. Bet you all know who McCann and McGinn were, and I bet you wouldn't know who Vetrano was if he didn't come through the Bruins system. Good shot on Frankie, though. Maybe he can turn that into 25 goals next year and make us look bad. Blown opportunity. Florida finishes 1 point out of the playoffs. Blown opportunities for us, but I'm going to mention Florida after anyways, because order, who cares? Florida finishes 1 point out of the playoffs. Had a very good way to end the series. They ended on a 5-game win streak, but if Philadelphia lost 1 game, or I think even if New Jersey lost 1 more game, or Florida had 1 more game, they would be in. But that's the difference in the NHL of a playoff team and a non-playoff team. Props to Florida for being like the only team alive on the last day who, like, no one was even in the hunt besides like Dallas, but they weren't really in the hunt. And wait, I feel like there's one team I forget. Nah, I think it was just Dallas. I'm definitely forgetting. Oh, the Blues. That's who it was. Oh my God, I'm kicking myself. I watched that game last night. Anyway, Florida also ended the season 23-8-2. So this wasn't a bad Florida team we were facing. This is maybe a playoff team next year type of Florida team. They can get another defensive piece. Maybe they win Dahlin. Very unlikely with that 1% chance they're going to get. But anyway, Tampa wins the Atlantic. Congrats to you guys. I hope we see you in the playoffs because you are an awful matchup for us. They finished with 113 points and take on New Jersey. We finished with 112 and we take on Toronto. That's the difference. 1 point, different matchup, different cities. We take on Toronto starting Thursday at 7 p.m., which is awful for my school schedule because I have class till 7:50. So that review is going to be coming out late Thursday night, early Friday morning, like 2 a.m. But it's going to get out. This is the last game of the season, but the postseason starts, which means I'm going to be clearing some numbers off these boards. I'm going to move this a little closer, so this is going to... Okay, so it's time to go over the scoreboard. I'm not going to go over who scored in like the number goals. I'm just going to go over the Bruins stats because last game, full season, you get to look at their complete stats for the season. People will look back in the record books at this. So a little bit important, but not really in the big picture. Marchand finishes the season with 68 games played, 34 goals, and 51 assists. Now, Marchand had a great year, 85 points in 68 games, MVP quality points to game ratio. If he had played the whole season, probably looking at 100 points and very likely in the top 3 in MVP. But that injury, and plus how good a lot of other people played on the team, kind of downplays Marchand's importance. But us Bruins fans know Brad Marchand is a worthy MVP candidate and should rightly be considered. Probably not win it, but he should be definitely considered in the Hart race this year. Pastrnak had another great year after last year's breakout year, or 2 years ago breakout year. 82 games played, 80 points, almost a point per game. Really wish he could have got there. 35 goals, career high, and 45 assists. Fantastic year for Pastrnak. Bergeron, 64 games played, 63 points. I believe that's the closest he's ever come to a point per game ratio, and 30 goals. Very nice tally. 33 assists. Great play. Krug, career year. 76 games played, 59 points, 14 goals, 45 assists. Love Torrey Krug. He played way better two-way this year, and we're going to need him in the playoffs. Don't get injured, please. No, please don't get injured. On to Danton Heinen, the rookie sensation across the nation. 77 goals, 47 points, 16 goals, 31 assists. Really just a solid player for us. He's not going to wow you or knock your socks off, but great year for Danton Heinen. Only rookie on the board besides Ryan Donato, who I include, who had played 12 games, 9 points, 5 goals, 4 assists. Small sample, but you like what you see. And, so that's just going over the 5 leaders and the rookie guy, Donato, because, it's fun to keep track of Donato, in my opinion. But, yeah, so that's it for the Bruins regular season. I hope you enjoyed my. I covered the last quarter season, a little less than a quarter, but I hope you enjoy it. Please tell your friends about this if they like hockey, because coming up is the playoffs. This is 2017. This is actually from the game. Sorry about that. Let me stop hitting the freaking vent on the ground. This is from Game 6 versus Ottawa. Me and my mom went. They lost in Game 6, you remember, but, we were cheering. Sad, but it was fun to see people throw beer cans at Dion Phaneuf, so, I guess I won a little. But, yeah, so Bruins playoffs start Thursday night, 7 p.m., and you should be here Friday morning. You'll probably wake up and there'll be a video and your notifications if you have the notifications turned on. I'm going to cover every game. I'm very excited to do it. Coming in the near future, like the next day, like maybe tomorrow or the day after, I'll be doing another updated lineup video and why I think people should go where they should go for the playoffs. I'll be giving a Bruins and Toronto Maple Leafs preview video. I'm very excited to do that. And I'll also be doing predictions for the rest of the NHL because that is just fun to do in my opinion. I hope you're looking forward to those 3 videos. I've been your boy Pat. Hit like if you like the video, the thumbs up button. Hit subscribe if you really like the video. And you should hit subscribe because it really helps the channel. And also, I'm going to be coming out with great Bruins playoff content all throughout the playoffs. Hopefully, we're here for a long time and a good time because I'd be pretty bummed if we were one and done in this playoffs after being one and done last year. It's not fun to repeat that. But anyway, I'll see you next time. Peace.